Happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday newsletter time. So I'm finally getting back to this big board, this big sign that I'm doing. It's been a couple weeks ago, back on newsletter 192. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I actually glued this board up, and this was a glue up of two individual boards that I'd run through the planer and then made one big board out of it. So in essence, it's going to end up being about 2 foot by 4 foot. In essence, it's a little bit longer now. I'll trim it down. But what I wanted to do now, I had several people say, yeah, we'd like to see you, complete this sign on camera. So I'm going to knock this thing off of the clamps, take the clamps off and get it all knocked off. And then I've got a little bit of work to do on the board itself to before I start sanding it down. So if you remember, if you saw the video from before, and somebody was asking about these, and you can see that thing hardly didn't stick at all because I've got packing tape on it. That works really well. I used to use the wax paper, but I found that was just, they were flying around and stuff, and just covering those cauls with that packing tape seems to work really, really well for me. So this is the seam that I glued back on 192, this seam right in the center. I put these two 1 foot boards together. See how easy that knocks off? Actually works really, really well. So again, I don't have real expensive clamps like a lot of the woodworking guys do, because this is not something I do all the time. These little clamps that I have, these bar clamps, what we used to call pony clamps, work really well. So this is the back side of the sign. This will be the back. The other side was the front. Yeah, see, those just pop off really easy. Very nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, that seam right there is just barely a little bit that I'm not even going to use my electric plane. I'm just going to use my sander with my 80 grit belt and sand that down. But before I'm going to do that, you can see in this area right here, as it turns out, this is going to be 2 lines. Oh, before I forget, this is the sign that I did for them before, and I'm kind of matching this thing up, although this one is going to be 2 lines, and it's going to still say bar 3030, but it's going to have a name above it. But I'll be laying that out here at the end of this video, so you guys will get to see that. Sorry about that, babe. All right. So what I'm going to do is, being as there's going to be 2 lines of copy, this is actually going to be in the center. It's going to be all outset, but I still want to fill that knot hole there. So I'm going to show you what I discovered, and this isn't this was from some other guys. Actually, some guys from the seminar told me about this, and I've been hearing about it. This is considered CA glue, and this stuff comes in like 3 different viscosities, 3 different thicknesses. This is the gel, and considered like a gap filler. And then this is the instant dry catalyst, I guess they call it. And I've been playing around with this stuff, and so far what I've been doing with it is it's worked out really well. So hopefully this is going to work here. I really should have gloves on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that stuff in there, and then I hit it with this spray, and that makes it dry almost instantly. Although I can see where it actually, I need to put some more in there, so I'm going to give that a minute or two, and then I'm going to put some more in there. See, that's already starting to dry there. But again, fortunately, I really wouldn't even have to use this stuff. I just wanted to use it and show it. I didn't have any gaps when I was practicing with this stuff. I didn't have any gaps that were quite that big. They were pretty much little cracks and stuff. So let me see if I can. I didn't realize that gap was that deep. Interesting to see this stuff work. I can already see it kind of crystallizing. But this stuff, I just got it online. This particular one is made by Satellite City, and I played around with it the other day. In fact, I don't have those pieces here, but I filled some knot holes and some little cracks, and man, it worked out great. Sanded off, worked out really good. We're going to give that just a couple minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and I'll be back in just a few minutes as soon as that thing's cured, and we'll sand it off. Okay, so it's only been, what, 2 or 3 minutes since we put that stuff on there, and it seems pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and start sanding it off and see what it looks like. See if we have to put some more in there, but it feels pretty dry, at least on the surface. Let's see what happens here. You guys will find out like I will. So I'm just using my little 80 grit belt. Check that out. That is so cool. Man, I dig this stuff. Look at that. Completely filled that gap. And that thing was, well, I don't know if you guys could see how deep it was, but it was deep. And you know, whether it's completely cured or not, it's certainly cured enough that I can now work with it. Again, my letters are going to be up above and below that, so that's just going to be background anyway. But man, that stuff is cool. It's called, this is, like I say, the thick stuff, so it's called gap filler. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and sand off the rest of this seam here and get this thing down somewhat smooth where I can start doing some layout. Okay, well, you guys can see what I'm doing there, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, and I'm going to sand off the rest of this. Just finish this board of what I just did right here. There's no sense in taking your guys' extra time. And then once it's all sanded off, I'll come back and we'll start the layout. All right, guys and gals, we're back. So what I've done here is I have sanded it down as smooth as I needed it to be. Remember, this is all going to get sanded again after I do the carving and spray it and then sand it down. So all I needed is smooth enough to where my router base is going to slide, and that little part that I filled worked out really well. So I went ahead and figured out where I wanted my lines. I'm about, I think about 5 inches from the top and 5 inches from the bottom. Drew my lines in there, and now I'm just going to measure these things out. Let's see, somewhere around 8 inches. I'll make a mark at 8 inches and 8 inches, and there is my layout. So I am gonna just kind of, now these letters are our standard 6-inch Western letters. The font is actually called Pointedly Mad, but there are Western letters. And when you got sun shining on the letters, sometimes you have to kind of see what they look like without the shadow. So sometimes I'll have to kind of figure that out. Again, I don't want my letters too far apart. That's plenty far apart. And if I see if make sure my letters are straight up and down. Now that top line, looks like that top line I'm going to bring in just a little bit, probably 9 and 9 from the end. I have a little bit more layout to do at the bottom after these big letters are done. The thing that, one thing, if you're using these Western letters, guys, this Pointedly Mad font, yeah, that's going to be just about right, is that there is it looks like the points in the letters in the edges of the letters on the sides are in the center, but they're not really. They're just a little bit above center. So that's why you really need to have, until you know the way these letters lay out, you really need to have a layout of what the Western letters, what these letters look like, because this I would be upside down. And well, here I'll show you. If I turn that upside down, see how that point is now down below the point there? So the point's just above, a little bit above center. Hey Magnum, what's going on, dog? Coming over to see what I'm doing. All right, I think that looks about right. How's it look to you, babe? Looks upside down?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. How's it look to you, Mag? All right. Now, I don't know, it's kind of windy out here. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Remember, I don't want to, all I need is just an outline of where those letters are. These are all going to be outset. So the way I like to do is little short spurts. I guess I should have really, let me back up a little bit. Let me make sure this layout, B-I-L-L-A-R-E-S, bar 3030. Yeah, I guess I got it right. I should have done that before I started spraying, guys. Kind of get in a hurry sometimes, making sure I'm not wasting your guys' time. See that? I didn't spray that heavy at all, just a little light spurts, and that gave me plenty of line to go by. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we'll shut the camera off. I'm going to spray these, and then we'll come back, and I've got 2 little lines down here that I have to do. So we'll be back in just a second. We'll do that. Okay, folks, we're back here. So I got that bottom line sprayed and laid out, and so now I have just 2 little lines down here, and they're dates. This, by the way, in case I didn't mention it before, these are this is a bar top. The other one that I made, that one I showed you the picture of, bar 3030, was for a gentleman down in Texas, and his brother saw it and liked it so much that that he wanted one. But he wanted one a little bit bigger. So the way I'm doing this is I'm just bringing 2 inches from the end and then just kind of going from there. These are the same font as the other ones, but they're 1 inch. So I'm going to come about 1.5 inches and about 1.5 inches That might be a little too close together. No, that's just about right. So now I'm coming an inch and a half this way, inch and a half that way. Yeah, that's about right. And these letters, initials, and dates signify a tribute to, I think, the father and the brother of the brothers that ordered these signs. So I'm just going to spray this one, and then there's one over in the other corner, but this will give you guys an idea of how I do it. And this is going to be scalloped all the way around, just like the other one was. AG 2, 3. These will be dots in between here. I think that was his birth date. Oops. Move that shadow. Then I'll just put little dots there, and that'll be it. And this is all dried, ready to go. So the layout will be all done on this. The next time you guys see me working on this sign, I'll be carving it, but it won't be on this video. So that's pretty much it for this video. I want to just get the board prepared and get that filling done and get some of this layout done. So but I'll be filming the rest of this, the carving, the scalloping, the rest of the making of this sign. You'll see it on film sometime in the next few weeks. So hope that was informative for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, by the way, Vicky's been working really hard learning the website, and she's got the Christmas templates are now, that you've seen in the last couple videos, they're now on the website on makeawoodsign.com. So you should be able to just go right on there and order. Look for the category that says Christmas templates, and they're all on there now, right, babe? So they're all on there, so you guys can go right on there and order them, or like I say, just like before, you can email us or give us a call. All right, guys, everybody have a great weekend. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, huh? Oh yeah, send in pictures for the contest. Your family pictures, go back and watch the last couple videos. And Vicky, I think on Mondays, Vicky gave you all the details on that, but it's family picture, and she's going to make a collage. It's going to be kind of cool, and then do a random drawing, and somebody will win that sign. And you guys will see me carving that as well on camera pretty darn soon. So everybody have a great weekend. Tomorrow morning you'll see Dad doing another country music memory, Dave's Memory Lane, and hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday with Coffee and Questions. Have a good one. Bye.